Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Craven. All right, some good news. I think there's good news. I think some of our some things have we might have a ceasefire between me and a few players. I don't need to call them out. At the end of the day, I've always said this: some people have a different target audience than other players, and at the end of the day, I just want to get rid of toxic. I want players to play this game and enjoy the product, no matter how they decide to implement their play style. There's things that I've always said has been a little bit more. It has better. Some things have better results than others, but I've always appreciated the game for the challenge, and I literally mean the challenge of trying to do something different, right? I don't rag on anybody's build. That's something I don't do. I just do not do that. I always say if it serves a function and it gets the job done in that content, in that context, then what's the bitch? Right? That's my philosophy. Right? That is my philosophy. The only thing that I've always wanted anybody to embrace in this game is that any class could play any role. And that you can make up marginal values here and there with different things. That's pretty much about it. In over the years, it's progressed a little better than others. It's but I don't mean any ill, like anything personal or ill harm towards anybody. But at the same time, I defend myself. I defend my reasoning behind anything. I defend anything that I've set out to do, and I've always shown what I could do with the builds live in streams. So I've always said proof is in the pudding, right? That's pretty much about it. And at the end of the day, if players are enjoying the game and they're getting their content done, then there shouldn't be much of a complaint at that level. So we've lost a few people, and I pretty much think I know who they are, and I wish them nothing but the best. There's no, in my end, there is no whatever. I wish things had never gone down that way. I will say that for sure. But sometimes it's it's a live and learn experiences on both ends, right? It's I guess the best way to kind of view it.
Kill them.
So they killed the Hainer Joe. His death will not be a hollow one. We've managed to capture a prisoner.
This we have.
Okay. Anyways,
Perhaps he can shed some light on where we can find.
so at the end of the day, I want to wish everybody the best. Nothing but. And like I said, I mean, if you're, I don't think that a lot of things like are going to ever be like. I hold no ill feeling towards most people in life. 99% of the time, I have no ill feelings towards anybody. I always said, man, when I've had to go like literally toe to toe with somebody and duke it out over basically just because it's a sparring match, and I don't even know the person in real life. And even if I win or lose, and I lose and I get beat, there's nothing personal there. Even if I beat them, there was nothing personal. It was just the way it was.
You may have taken their lives, but Longclaw's daughters are not gone.
All right.
Celine blessed them with her gift. spirit life. See their hunt begin underfoot.
All right, but
There you are.
I think we may have a ceasefire. We'll see. I hope. I honestly do hope. I hope that my content creating from this day forward for this game, for as long as I'm here, is more productive, less toxic, and I honestly, I wish nothing but the best, man. Like I said, can you just provide? I promise everybody this. You don't need ever a clickbait, because if you do the content and you provide, your builds and your stuff, people will watch you on that. You don't need clickbait. All you have to do is say, hey, look, this is what we're doing. This is our run. This is what we're rolling. And if it produces results, it will speak mass volumes on its own. It will have it will appeal to the people that haven't done it or have yet to do it, and they want to maybe optimize or utilize something, in your configuration that's been already proven to have results. That's the only thing I've always said. And that's why I don't bag on anybody's build or play style. I just don't like the whole biz shit. I don't like none of that. And I think people always misunderstood the meaning behind of death to the meta, because it's just the misconception that at one time this was the only way to do it. And I was like, look, there's multiple ways to play this game, man. There just is. It's designed to do this. It's designed to do that. Yeah, certain things could be improved on. Yes, there's always room for improvement. But you're not, restrained or limited, And the more we open up the options, the more we can actually find more solutions to the problem. There's not one, answer, that solves all of the problems in this game. So there's multiple ways to approach things. And like I said, I wish nothing but the best for anybody. They didn't pay attention on my bar swap. Okay. No, back. Okay, there we go. Yep, always a heavy sack usually back here. But I wish everybody the best, man. And when I saw like 5 people off of the thing in just one day, I think this is a ceasefire. So, and like I said, I wish them nothing. I wish nobody ill harm. I wish people nothing but the best. I really do. And yeah, I'm always not gonna like how it went down. And I know maybe I should have went about it a different way. I know that. But people have to understand, I was fighting the cause from day one, and that to me was probably the hardest fight I've ever had to deal with in my gaming career. And hopefully I never have to go through with it again. I never have to deal with it again. I hope. I always have trolls. I always have some trolls. But, you know, when it, like, you know, I take things serious. I do. Certain things. And certain things, you know, I've walked away from. I've had to walk away from me being a toxic player at one time. I was toxic. I was a toxic player. Not in this game. When I came to this game, this game was my absolution. You know, I was like, you know, there's a lot of things we can do in this game. I'm feeling it. It's probably another reason why I like the game so much. To be honest, lightweight. Because I knew, you know, hey man, we can get around this, we can play that, we can do this. I saw more opportunity than negative association. And, you know, that's why it made me fall in, not just being Elder Scrolls. I am somewhat biased that, you know, to an Elder Scrolls title, because I'm an Elder Scrolls fan. But, you know, the thing about it is, come on, dude. Yeah, I'm trying. But, yeah, so, I'm hoping that it's a ceasefire. It's an official ceasefire. You know, I don't have to brag. I don't have to whatever. I don't have to do none of that. It's not about that. It's just literally about, hey, man, can we just put this bullshit behind us and stop saying I don't know what I'm talking about? Oh, that's actually a pretty decent placement.
Down to our home. Rip them apart. I need aid. Aid me.
Nice. Now, get your butt out here.
So nice to see you again, my dear Celine. Your secrets belong to me now. Even in death, you will help me in so
You
very
mages
many
are as
ways.
treasonous as your scent is foul. We had an agreement.
You made a deal with the guild, not with me. Your soul will make me one of the most powerful mages in the guild. I have waited long for this.
I have done nothing to your kind, and yet you come into my home, kill my thrall. You had best live the rest of your life looking over your shoulder. My kind have ways of returning to finish our business.
We shall see, my pet.
No! No!
Celine's the knowledge. Study it.
Cool. Excellent. But yeah, I honestly feel like at the end of the day, you know, it's been I didn't even think I'd ever be coming back to this game, to be honest. Lightweight, I was like, you know, I gave everybody a choice. Everybody wanted me to come back. I was like, yeah, you know, I ain't got nothing to do for a few months, so, you know, yeah, let's do it. It's a good time. I think there's a lot of positives, some things that still need addressed. You know, I mean, I think content in Blackwood is good from what I've experienced on PTS already. And with that being said, I honestly think, like I said, there's a lot of things to look forward to, especially with game performance, enhancement, features. There's a lot of things to look forward to in the game. No game's perfect. No game is perfect. None. Every game has something that we are all going to be somewhat biased or would have rather preferred. But, you know, so long as it's always addressed, as long as it's always put out there, right? appropriately, then, things can be improved upon, and that only makes the game better. I think PvP this update is going to be a little rough. I think the PvP for Blackwood is going to be one of the most scarier parts, because of scaling. I hope that the devs eventually come to understand, and I'm not saying they don't understand it, but be a little bit more practical with execution when it comes to that, the scaling factors, with proc sets. And I'm more than hopeful they will be, actually. I think there's always been something, in the gimmicks could be toned down. Certain sets could always be adjusted, right? Certain things could always be better. So I'm always saying, man, if they, we're all playing the same game, and if we're all playing the same game, let's not make it. Let's not get toxic. I mean, I get toxic more than anybody, but I'm defensive. I'm just like, man, you guys ain't pushing me around. I ain't being pushed around. There's just no way. I am not being bullied. I am not being pushed around. It's just not happening. I'll stand on my own. I'll get as toxic, if not more toxic, because of my past, and I understand that, and I admit this. I'm not vindicating it. I'm admitting it's a lightweight, messed up scenario. It's not something I would tell people to engage in. I'm saying, my whole battle has been trying to educate the community to say you can play any race as any role, and every class, not every race, any class in any role, and you can pick up. You can pretty much, the game has multiple possibilities, man. And if you embrace that, right, you'll have a lot more fun. You would have a lot more fun, and the devs have worked their butts off trying to keep that, within the conception of Elder Scrolls, what Elder Scrolls is. And, I'm happy for the players who, reach, all their achievements and they get whatever they set out to do. I'm not against those players at all. I'm not against that. I'm against the mentality to say it has to only be this way. That's the only thing I've ever been against. That's the only thing I've ever been against. Or not understanding that not every application you find in one scenario will fit every scenario or every class because of, those passives and how they inadvertently affect each other. And I think if we all can agree on at least some common ground, it makes it where everything else is just debatable and not warfare. And I don't want war, man. I don't want it. So I picked it up, and it's my normal random. Oh well. Whatever. How many stones will I even have? That'll be 50 something. I could transmute something after this. Yay! I'll have a couple builds out for each healer in time. So I always tell people, just bear with me, man. Like I said, today I was like, I got on, did my writs, and I was like, you know what? Besides this new CP system for healing, do I have to worry about scaling? And I wanted to do a stream on it. I always do my shit live, always. And I'm like, man, if that's the case, oh God, help me. Oh, my food buff wore off. Anyways.
Set it ablaze.
Didn't know if I got the hit on there. I should have checked on my.
Tormented souls of the dead arise and kill these interlopers. Tormented souls of the dead arise and kill these interlopers.
All right. Looks good. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments on each build still, so that's why I had to wait. Put out all these builds. Blackwood's got a lot of changes. Content's good. You know, Blackwood content is phenomenal. That's not gonna change nothing. You know, unfortunately, I'm not a fan of the nerfs either. So, you know, I mean, that's. Let's hope I can get in. Nope. Door bug. Always. I'm always having a problem with this damn door. I think it's a freaking pet thing, man. Honestly, sometimes. God, come on, man. Let me in. Let me in. Oh, they started combat. Why? Why? God dang it. The one thing I want to see the community start doing is got rid of the stupid fake queues, man. That's the only thing now I'm going to have to fight. I had to kick like 2 people yesterday on randoms just because they were fakes. They're like, it's a normal. I don't care, principal. Out. I controlled the crown. I'm like, you got 2 options. No heals. This fake. Keep this fake and no heals. Get rid of this fake and you at least got a real healer. And that's what happened. And that's what happened. At least majority of my builds won't have major adjustments now. Oh man, I was sweating balls. I was like, if this is going to screw up my ritual, because I really like the ritual right now. I really do on a lot of builds love the ritual. I really do. Not every, like this build, my sword healer will never get away from crit healing. It'll never happen. He's, you know, his passives are more dependent on it. Same thing with my Khajiit. My Khajiit healer can't get away from crit healing. Can't happen. You know? Those bonuses make a difference in certain, you know, race and class application. Same thing with Nightblade healing. Can't get away from crit healing. It's just never going to happen. Templar DK, I can get away from crit healing. Warden, I can get away. If you know, if it's not a Khajiit, I can get away from crit healing. Damn thing.
For their skeevers.
Charge! Take one of them alive so we can have some fun later.
Move to flank.
Oh, bar swap. Hello.
I'm gonna cut you up into little pieces.
There will be no place for rabble like you in the Pelingare's cruel way rest.
All right.
Eileen, no! My poor daughter. Why did you do this?
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Should have got my mail on the other thing. What? Might pop up when I leave. But I want to once again reintegrate. Everybody
There's an urgent task for you.
can play this game and play it in different ways. And I would encourage players, whatever works for you and gets the job done, roll with it. You know, You know, the game has a lot of different opportunities, and there's a lot of content creators out there. A lot of content creators out there that will lead you in the right direction, you know, depending on what you're trying to accomplish and whether or not you prefer to use that build, this build, what build, might even alter it yourself. So long as you are getting it the content done, and so long as you feel good about that, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. You know, and I've always said the one thing in this game: embrace the possibilities. Embrace it, because once you do that, this game becomes 10 times more enjoyable than any linear game ever could be, because you have options upon options upon options, in which other games you don't have those options. That to me is why I enjoy this game so much. It's not because of anything. I've played linear games since I've played sandbox and linear games since the beginning of MMOs. You know, since there was an online game, I've been a part of it. Since the beginning of online gaming, I've been a part of it. And out of all the games that I have gotten to play throughout my years, both as just an average player and as somebody who's tested, I've always enjoyed games that allowed me to customize things a little bit more. Why? Because I wasn't told which direction I had to go. I wasn't led like, you know, a dog on a leash. I could play the game how I want to and enjoy the content, you know, in the way I wanted to. And this game embodies that for me. It's what makes it one of the most enjoyable experiences from a theme park MMO, because it has theme park elements, but with open-ended concept. And I feel like a lot of players can't appreciate what they really brought to the table. Because when you play other games and it's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat with no other alternative solutions, it gets stagnant. It becomes monotonous. It becomes all about what? Chasing the next carrot. This game has that to an extent, but it's not as make or break, and there are alternative ways to find solutions. So as always, man, thank every one of you guys, and thank you devs. You guys might irk me at times, but you still deliver a product that at the end of the day separates itself from its competitors. And that is why ESO, until a game actually can meet the same standards, ESO isn't going anywhere anytime soon, even if players get disgruntled when we can't meet one element versus the other, stamina and magicka scaling. But that's why the game doesn't go anywhere. Why? Because it sets itself apart from its competition. And I hope that we always find common ground. As always, I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs. You guys have a good one.